Thank you so much for joining us. You're with Mitch Lyons, a retirement income specialist and the founder of Mitch Lyons Wealth. I'm Spike Spangle. We're doing a When's in Retirement series here. When do we take our Social Security? When do we change our investment allocation? But before we can even get to that, when do we know if we've saved enough to retire? And how do you feel comfortable telling somebody, I've looked at the numbers, I've looked at the math, that's enough? When do you know if they've saved enough?
Well, that's a great question, and we get that question a lot. Where do I stand and relative to most of America? Am I in the ballpark and whatnot? And it's a different story for everybody, right? I mean, it's not a cookie cutter approach in terms of you need X amount of dollars or whatnot. Because the fact of the matter is, we need to create income in retirement that can help you, lock in your lifestyle and be able to enjoy a retirement. And that's different for everybody. So, it really comes down to identifying the income streams, whether it's Social Security, a pension, annuity income, whatever it might be. Where are we going to get the income sources that checks in the mailbox every month and you can enjoy and live the life you want?
Yeah. We know that America has gotten a lot more expensive just in the last couple of years alone. We saw incredibly high inflation. We know that healthcare costs go up, and we know that we're living longer than we ever have. Is there any baseline number that you're comfortable with? Do you like to see $1 million in assets and know that I've got something to work with here? Is there a target that we're trying to hit?
No, because really, $1 million for one person is $500 to another person. That's a big gap. But the bottom line is it's not the size of the nest egg, right? It's really, and this is the number that people struggle the most with, is what do I need on a monthly basis going forward, right? And they've gone through life, and maybe they've lived kind of hand to mouth, and their kids going through college and raising kids, and really trying to meet all those things they've had to, all those responsibilities over time. And now they're kind of getting to the point in life where, all right, the kids are getting off the payroll. What do we really need on a monthly basis? And I stress that with folks. It's not a magic number on the top end. It's what you need coming out the bottom every month. And once we identify that number, now we can construct a plan to get you there. But it's not a top line number in my book.
When you get families, couples who come into your office, how many of them don't really realize what they actually spend in a month?
I would say the vast majority, honestly. That's one of my first sheets I give them is, hey, let's do an inventory here of what you're spending, what's going out every month. And sometimes it's sobering when they really write it down.
Yeah, especially when you get couples together and go, I want to look at your math over there.
Start eliminating a few Starbucks and a few nights out on the town and whatnot. But yeah, that's the critical component.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody really enjoys the concept of let's budget, because a budget to me sounds like a diet. Do you look at it more like a spending plan? What's our spending strategy, and how do we increase that over 20 or 30 years of retirement?
Well, yeah, it's definitely identify the number, and then, like I say, hey, this is a point in time. We're going to be working with you for the rest of your retirement. We'll keep it in between the rumble strips going forward, but we need an income that's going to grow. You're not, $20,000 or $200,000 today isn't the same amount 10, 15, 20 years ago. Most of our retirees are, in their, late 50s to 60s to 70s. Hopefully, they're going to have 25 to 30 more years. So you need income that's going to grow with you in retirement and keep up with inflation, which obviously we've seen it rear its ugly head here lately.
Yeah. Mitch, thank you very much. Folks, your retirement number is going to be different than your neighbors, than your friends, than your parents, than your mom and dad, than your grandparents. So you need to get your own retirement blueprint. You can do that right here. You can talk with Mitch Lyons. He's the founder of Mitch Lyons Wealth. You can go to the website, mitchlyonswealth.com, or call the phone number, schedule an appointment so you can meet with Mitch and his team and get your own retirement income done. It's called Your Retirement Blueprint.